Hey, sports fans, welcome back to another episode of Bucky's Sports Show. Today I am going to recap the final Braves road trip of the season against the Nationals and the Detroit Tigers. We will start off Monday night in Washington. The Braves won this game 11-3. This game was never really in doubt from the start. Washington got off. They hit a home run in the second. But then in the fourth, the Braves added two. In the fifth, they added three. In the sixth, they added another one. In the seventh, they added two. So once they got going, they got going. Starting for the Braves was Spencer Strider. He went 7 innings. 1 run, 4 hits, 2 walks, struck out 6. Just gave up that 1 home run there. Bullpen, Seabold, he was not very sharp in the 8th. He came in, he gave up 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 walk. He didn't get a single person out. Dylan Lee came in for him. He did not give up anything. And then Diaz came in the 9th gave up a couple walks but struck out 3 to close it out. Braves though in this game, runners in scoring position, 6 for 14, only left 5 men on base. When you're getting 16 hits, walk a couple times, only leaving 5 on base, that's not awful. That's not too bad. 6 for 14, that's pretty solid as well. That's just that one little tick there below 500, so you can live with that. Drake Baldwin, he was 3 for 5, scored a run, 4 RBI on the game. He had a home run in the 9th. Just a really, really solid game. That ties him for the most games with 4+ RBI for a Braves rookie of all time. Hopefully he can get another one. We'll see. Only 6 games to go, so there's not a lot of time for him. But just a really nice game. Hopefully that also bolsters his Rookie of the Year candidacy. Because him winning that would probably be the only bright spot to this season. Olson, he also had 4 RBI with a home run. He was also 4 for 5. And those two had 8 RBI out of the 11 runs. Just really, really solid night for those two. Again, pretty good game. Win 11-3. Going to Tuesday. This was a doubleheader day. This is game 1 was the makeup game, and the Braves won this game 6-3. Suarez got the start in this game. He went 7 innings, 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 walks, struck out 9. Got called up just to start this game, and his performance left him up. Really, really solid game for him. Braves bullpen, they came in. Johnson gave up 1 run, and Iglesias gave up nothing to get a save. On the Braves offense, they were 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position, left 8 men on base. Again, you can live with 300. My issue with this game is all your runs came in 1 inning. Not all of them, but essentially all of them. In the 4th, they had an RBI ground out from Eli White. Brujan added an RBI double. Jurickson Profar, he hit a 2-run home run. And Matt Olson hit a home run. So, you know, five runs, 1 inning. They tacked on a 6 run in the 8th with a RBI single from Bergeron. But, you know, that's it. You know, 6 runs is good, but if they could have got a hit or two more in a couple of those other innings, tack on. But, you know, that's also why they just won their 68th game of the year, because they couldn't do that all year long. So why start now? Game 2. These games always fascinate me. This game, the Braves won 5-0, but it took 10 innings. 10 innings. And you put up 5 in the 10th? That's crazy to me. Chris Sale, really nice outing from him. Gave up no runs, 3 hits, didn't walk anyone, struck out 9. Just really nice outing for him. Kenley came in, went the other 2 innings to get the win. He gave up no runs, 2 hits, no walks, struck out 1. So Braves pitching was spectacular. Offense, 3 for 11 with runners in scoring position. You know, that's you want another hit there because their 3 hits came in the 10th inning. So you want to be able to get that over with before the 10th inning. But for scoring for the Braves, Baldwin did not play this game, as he was caught in the afternoon game. But with that being said, he did get a pinch hit in the top of the 10th, and he had an RBI double. So looking at his Rookie of the Year candidacy, 1-for-1 RBI double to give the Braves a 1-0 lead. Later, Matt Olson would triple. That was a 3-run, bases loaded 3-run triple. And then Ozzie Albies would add a sac fly for the 5th run. Just kind of a weird game in that, you know, Braves, you see 5-0, you don't expect it to go 10 innings. But it did. That's also on top of a 2-hour and 5-minute rain delay to start the game. The game was supposed to start at 6:40, didn't start until 8:45. Just a really, really long day at the ballpark for both of these teams. Braves probably didn't have anything else to do, so you might as well hang out at the ballpark. But man, that's when you do an afternoon, evening doubleheader split, that makes for a long day when you throw in a 2-hour rain delay. Wednesday afternoon, Braves won this game 9-4. Herson Waldrop got the start. He once again picked up another win. Again, he wasn't as sharp. 3 runs, 5 hits. He didn't walk anyone, struck out 8. You know, good performance, but not outstanding. Wish he could have got beyond the 5th inning, but good enough to get the win. Braves offense, 5 for 13 with runners in scoring position. Again, you can probably live with that. That's around that 300 mark we've talked about all season long. Baldwin, he was 2 for 5, had an RBI, scored a couple runs. So another good day for him. But scoring wise, Nationals, they put up 3 in the 5th off of Waldrop. The Braves responded with 4 runs in the 6th. Got started with a Drake Baldwin double, which brought in Acuna Jr. Ozuna had a 2-run single. Nacho Alvarez had a RBI single. On that play, Ozuna was thrown out at third, but the run scored before the out occurred. In the 7th, Olson hit another home run. In the 8th, Ozuna had another RBI double. And in the 9th, Ozzy Albies added a sac fly. Ha-Sung Kim added a 2-run single. And the Nationals would add a run. Really, this is a team you expect to sweep. It's a team you expect to beat like this in all 4 games. But with the Braves season, I wasn't sure what to expect. But they went out. They did what they needed to do. And they got a sweep. Friday night, Detroit, Michigan, playing the Tigers. Tigers, first place in the AL Central. They had a 3-game lead on the Cleveland Guardians coming into this series. A chance for the Braves to play the role of spoiler. And Friday night, that's exactly what the Braves did. The Braves won 10-1. Our old friend Charlie Morton, he started for the Tigers, and he gave up 6 runs on 5 hits, walked a couple, only struck out 2, gave up a home run, and that's the exact reason I did not want him to return to Atlanta this year, because that's what he was doing, which shows by his 9-11 record that he has. On the flip side of that, for the Braves, Bryce Elder, 7 innings, 1 run, 5 hits, didn't walk anyone, struck out 6. He's kind of coming on here. We'll see what happens with him next year, but he's giving himself an opportunity to get a chance next year. And again, let's talk Drake Baldwin. Possible Rookie of the Year. I'm going to keep saying it. Will it to happen, hopefully. He was 2 for 4, 3 RBI, had a walk, had a home run. Again, another solid game for him. Scoring-wise, the Braves had 3 in the first. That included a bases-loaded walk to Drake Baldwin for his first RBI. Then Albies would single home 2 get a 3-0 lead in the second. Olson had an RBI double, and then Acuna Jr. would add a 2-run home run. So they're out to a 6-0 lead. And then in the fourth, Tigers got a home run. Then the Braves would add 2 in the 8th and 2 in the 9th. The 8th was a 2-run home run by Ha-Sung Kim, and the 9th was a 2-run home run from Drake Baldwin. Braves with runners in scoring position, 3 for 6. When you're hitting 500, you'll take it. Probably what I like seeing the most in this game is the Detroit Tigers 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position. So keep them from getting in scoring position. Fantastic job by the pitching staff in this game. Also, funny to note that after this game, Tigers were booed off the field. Detroit fans not happy with this performance. Saturday. This was a Saturday afternoon game. Braves won this game 6-5. Now, this game was kind of back and forth. There were 3 different league changes in this game, which baseball-wise is kind of unusual, but it makes for an entertaining game. Braves, they had Joey Wentz start. He went 5 innings, 2 runs, 6 hits, walked 2, struck out 7. Left with the lead, though. Stratton came in. He gave that lead up by allowing a home run. Lee and Johnson, they combined for an inning. They gave up 2 runs, 1 each. Dodd came in. He picked up the win. Iglesias, he picked up his 27th save of the season. Braves offense, 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Again, that's that 333 that you kind of want to be around. You held Detroit to 1 for 4, so you can kind of live with that. Scoring wise, Tigers got things started in the first. They had an RBI single. In the third, though, let's talk Nacho Alvarez. Nacho hit his first career home run. It was a solo shot. He had 217 at-bats before he hit his first home run. Drake Baldwin would add a 2-run home run. Then Detroit would add 4 runs, 1 in the third, 1 in the sixth, 2 in the seventh. And then in the eighth, we talked about Nacho going 217 at-bats before getting his first one. He only had to go 2 at-bats to get his second one. In the top of the eighth, he hit another home run. And then in the top of the ninth, Nacho Alvarez, he had another RBI to tie the game at 5. And then Jerks and Profar, he would get an RBI single to give Atlanta a 6-5 lead. So a really, really solid game from Nacho Alvarez. 3 for 4, 2 home runs, 3 RBI, 2 home runs. Fantastic performance. And, Drake Baldwin, 1 for 4. A 2 RBI, had that home run. Just keep adding to his resume. And again, at the end of this game, Tigers were booed off the field again. Fans were not happy with the closer giving up that lead. That was just an absolute nightmare for the Tigers. Sunday afternoon, Braves won this game 6-2. It was basically Atlanta from the start. Strider got the start. He went 5 innings, no runs, 6 hits, 3 walks, struck out 6. Pretty solid game for him. This game had a 27-minute rain delay. They actually moved the start time up 30 minutes to try and beat the rain. Had a little shower move in. It got through pretty quickly. They're able to finish before the other hit. So, good call by the Tigers. Get this game in, because this was their final home game. So, no one has to return to Detroit to finish this. Braves offense, 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position. They left 12 men on base. That's a lot of men to have left on base. But they also had a lot of base runners. They had 11 hits and 7 walks. So they were putting people on base. Again, that 300 mark, you kind of live with it. You want another hit or 2 there, but is what it is. And again, you hold Detroit 2 for 13. Braves did a nice job of getting out of trouble the entire game. 13 at bats with runners in scoring position, and they could only convert twice. So, good job to the Braves pitching staff. Again, Braves scored runs in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 3 in the 9th. Cunha Jr. had an RBI single in the 3rd. Ha-Seong Kim had a home run in the 4th. In the 5th, Drake Baldwin had an RBI triple. In the 9th, Albies had an RBI double. Ha-Seong Kim had a sac fly. And H2 got in on the action with an RBI double. Detroit, there in the ninth, they tried to mount a little rally comeback. They had an RBI double and a sac fly to score their 2 runs. So they did manage to get a pitching change, but again, Iglesias came in, allowed nothing, and closed her down. But 6-2, again, Detroit, most of Detroit fans left because that 30-minute rain delay was in the 7th inning. Tigers were down 3-0. A lot of Tiger fans left. There's a lot of cheering at the end of the game from Braves fans that had stuck around. Not a whole lot of Detroit fans stuck out the rain delay. But the good news for Detroit is they still have a lead in the Central. Cleveland lost, so they're still up that 1 game. But man, did the Braves do some damage on them. If they don't end up winning the Central, the Braves got to play the role of spoiler, which is what they wanted to do coming in. And man, what a week for Drake Baldwin. Just clutch at bats all week long. I really hope he has one more big week for his Rookie of the Year candidacy. I would love to see that happen. Braves currently on an 8-game winning streak. They're 8-2 in their last 10. Outside of the Guardians are 9-1 in their last 10. As are the Seattle Mariners. So there's a couple teams hotter than them right now, but not many. Miami Marlins are also 9-1 in their last 10. So unfortunately, Miami's just as hot, and Braves couldn't jump them in the standings. But not that there's a difference between 3rd or 4th, but it just kind of looks better. But they take an 8-game winning streak. They return home on Monday, and they will be playing the Nationals on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then they will close out their season next Friday, Saturday, Sunday against the Pittsburgh Pirates. That is another opportunity to win 6 games in a row. I know they're probably not going to because they've already won 8, and they're probably not going to close out the year on a 14-game winning streak. What a great opportunity they have to finish this year strong, build some momentum, try to carry that into next year, find some guys that you could be some good role guys to fit for next year. And who knows, maybe Brian Snitker retires. A nice way to end his career. But we will see what happens. Just kind of want to see a strong end to the season there. In other baseball news, the Toronto Blue Jays have clinched a playoff spot in the American League. They are the only team to have done that so far in the American League. The Phillies did clinch the NL East this week. The Cubs and Dodgers joined the Brewers and Phillies as other teams to have clinched playoff berths. Some really fun races down the stretch. Yankees, as of right now, this taping, Yankees are 2.5 back of the Toronto Blue Jays. Like I talked about earlier, the Tigers and Guardians. The Tigers are up 1 on the Guardians due to the Guardians losing today. However, the scheduling gurus got this one correct. They may have missed with the Braves and a couple other teams down the stretch, but they got this one correct. The Tigers on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are at Cleveland. The winner of that series controls their destiny. Should the Tigers lose that series, they finish at Boston, who holds the second wild card spot. So Detroit has a tough finish coming. Seattle Mariners, they are up 2 games on the Houston Astros. They are currently playing the Astros this weekend, and it is the ESPN game tonight. Hopefully, Seattle can win this evening, leave that series with a 3-game lead, and keep moving on. And then the AL wild card, I mean, that race is just as good too, because you got the Yankees and Red Sox. Houston Astros are the last one, but they're only 1 game behind, jumping the Red Sox. And the Cleveland Guardians half a game behind. So if Houston loses this evening, the Guardians jump Houston, or they don't jump them, they tie them, which really puts Cleveland in a really good spot. Because they'll play Detroit those 3 games, and they finish off the year against Texas, who's 5 games back behind them. National League, Phillies have already clinched. Milwaukee Brewers are up 7 on the Cubs. They each must have 7 games left. No, I don't know why that's not a Y next to their name as being clinched the division. But they are up 7 games with 6 to play, so the Milwaukee Brewers have clinched the NL Central. The Dodgers, they are 3.5 ahead of the San Diego Padres. They have a tough finish. They're currently beating the San Francisco Giants 1-0. That's in the bottom of the 7th right now. But they got to finish with the Diamondbacks at the Diamondbacks and at Seattle. So kind of a tough finish there, especially with the Diamondbacks. They're not completely out of it in the wild card, which we'll talk about here in a second. But the Padres chasing them, they also have a bit of a tough stretch. They're at home, but they do play the Milwaukee Brewers and the Diamondbacks as well. So probably going to be tough for the Padres to come back and overtake the Dodgers, but it's not over yet. In a wild card look, Cubs are up 8 for the first spot. The Padres are up 5 for the second spot. So the Padres just need to win 1 more game. But here is where it gets interesting. The Reds and Mets are tied for the last spot. The Arizona Diamondbacks are only 1.5 game back. What a fantastic race that will be. Man. So close. Mets are just really faltering right now. They have been playing awful. The Reds are starting to pick it up. They're 6-4 in their last 10. They've won 5 games in a row. Just swept the Cubs. Apparently, yeah, they beat the Cubs 1-0 today. The Nationals beat the Mets 3-2 today. The unfortunate part of that is Sean Manaea, former Sycamore, was on the mound for the Mets. I enjoy it when the Mets lose, but I do root for Sean Manaea as he was a fantastic Indiana State Sycamore. So some close races there down the stretch. Before we get off here, let's look and see who these wild card teams have coming up. We've already talked about the Padres, so we'll talk about the other 3 teams here. Reds, they have 1 more home series left. They will be playing Tuesday night against the Pirates, so that's a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday series for them. Then they have to finish at Milwaukee. Probably not the best place for them to have to finish, but they should be able to take care of business against the Pirates. The Mets, they got to finish on the road at the Chicago Cubs and at the Miami Marlins. Cubs will probably want to send a little bit of a message, as that could be a potential playoff matchup. Marlins, they've won 9 out of their last 10, so we'll see. If I was the Mets, I don't know if I'd want to play either one of those teams right now. And the Arizona Diamondbacks, they have 3 at home with the Dodgers and 3 on the road at San Diego. Absolute nightmare finish. They are currently beating the Philadelphia Phillies 6-0 in the bottom of the 6th right now, so that game and a half will most likely be won before the day is over. I mean, Reds, Mets, Diamondbacks, all there within one game. Man, some fun finishes coming up here for MLB. I wish the Braves were a part of it, but can't win them all. Next week we'll be back. That'll end our Braves series that we have going. I will wrap up the week, the season, give my final thoughts, and probably discuss the disappointment of the season. So make sure you like, comment, review, subscribe, follow, all that fun stuff. If you have anything you want me to discuss, email me at buckysportshow@gmail.com. As always, enjoy the games and go Braves.